Well, like I said before, when we were getting ready to come home, it's good to be back home. Uh, we've had two very tough road games in very hostile environments to play, tough places to play. Uh, didn't turn out the way we would have liked. I was proud of our guys Thursday night. I thought that they hung in there and fought. We just didn't get it done. Didn't make enough plays. Didn't do whatever to get it come out with a win. And now we're playing a very talented Miami team here. Uh, Tevin Washington's going to get his first start at quarterback, and we got to get together and get a plan and go play. See if we can't get on the right track. So, having said that, we'll open it up for questions.
Do you have to change your game management or play calling with a less experienced quarterback?
Maybe some. We'll see how the game goes. It just depends. It's kind of a ebb and flow type deal, and he was our starting quarterback this spring, and I think that my thought process on that is you've got to let him see what he can do within the realm. You don't want to. It's like I told him, he don't have to win the game. Just do your job and manage the game and do what you're supposed to do, and we'll see. We're not the kind of football team that can, who you gonna rely on. What area? I mean, it's not like we've got a huge offensive line and we'll say, okay, we're going to put it in their hands, or we got two guys we got to get the ball to, we'll put it in their hands, or whatever. I think you just have to play, and I've got confidence that he can do what we need to do to win the game.
In your career, have you ever rotated quarterbacks?
Yeah. At times. I don't plan on doing it this week, but we've done it before, yeah.
What does Tevin do better than Josh?
I don't know. We haven't seen him play. If Tevin were better than Josh, we would have probably seen him play already.
Is there anything maybe obviously everything that Josh encompasses.
What does Josh have that Tevin doesn't have? A lot of experience. This spring, I thought Tevin operated the offense pretty well. He did some good things. I think he can do what we're asking him to do. Until you see him play a little bit, it's hard to gauge. I mean, Miami's probably going to run a little faster on defense than we did playing against ourselves, and they're going to do present some different things. There's going to be a little more pressure. When I go out there and I'm in a scrimmage in the spring, if I miss a read or do something bad, I know I didn't lose a game. You're competitive, but it's a different deal. Some guys play better in those situations. Some guys play worse, and I think we'll just have to see how he does.
Last couple of days in practice, have you noticed the difference in Tevin, how he carries himself, how he?
Not really. I mean, today will be the first real hard day of practice we've had since we played. So, but the nature of the way we do things, he's got as many reps as Josh. And we run 2 huddles. We run most of practice off a script, option periods anyway, and so it's bang bang. They get a lot of reps. I mean, he's had a zillion reps. We won't be asking him to do anything he hadn't took a million reps at all fall.
During the Virginia Tech game, did you see him progress from when he first came in to the end of the game? Was he improving?
It's hard to say. I mean, I thought he did some good things. He was put in a tough situation. We missed some reads on the option that were big. But you know what? Josh don't get them all right either. So it's like everything else. I mean, the kid's not going to play perfect. I don't expect him to play perfect. Well, that's not true. I do. But it's like but I mean, I think you have to evaluate the whole thing. And he's a rational kid, and he knows. He can look and see when he did the right thing and when he didn't do the right thing. And you just have to put it behind. It's like I tell our guys all the time. You play each play like it's the last play in the world, and then you forget it. Go to the next one. It's all you can do.
Will Scott Blair continue to handle the kickoffs?
As far as I know, yeah, for now. I mean, it'd be pretty hard to lay that all on Scott Blair.
I wasn't implying. I just wondered because he did put one out of bounds.
Yeah, which is not the first time he's done that either. So it's less than ideal. But, you know, I mean, usually guys are out there playing for a reason. And if we had a lot of great guys behind them, they would have already played. So it's not as easy as just saying, okay, this guy screwed up, so now we got 4 deep here. It's your turn. If they're going to play, they need to beat them out in practice.
Miami is the top-ranked defense in the ACC. What makes them so tough to move on?
They're big. They're fast. They really don't have a weakness if you look. I mean, they got really good defensive line. They've got a guy, Bailey kid, is probably a first 5 or 6 pick in the draft, certainly a first-round pick. The secondary's good. I mean, they look like Miami. That's what they always have. They always have guys that are big and can run.
Talk about Hankerson and what he brings to the Miami offense.
Well, he's got big play potential, but all their receivers, I think it's the Benjamin kid, number 3. I mean, they can all run. You know, same thing on offense. They got good backs. They got good receivers. I think this quarterback is really going to be a good player. You know, you people might say, okay, wow, you got a backup quarterback, and then you watch him play, and you're like, man, might not have got the best of that bargain. First game he started, they had over 500 yards of offense, and he threw a couple interceptions, but you know, he's got a big arm and he's mobile and can do some things. He's a very highly recruited kid. He's one of the top quarterback recruits in the country.
After having games in Clemson and Blacksburg, how important is it to finally get back into your home locker room and play home games?
Well, hopefully it'll be a boost. You know, we've got a lot to play for, and we talked about that at the team meeting on Monday, and hopefully we'll come back and be ready to go. I thought we played hard in Blacksburg. It wasn't a case of effort. We played hard. We you know, we screwed some things up that could have made a difference. There's always 4 or 5 plays in every game that are huge, and you never know which ones they are until after the game. And we had our chances, trust me. If you watch the tape, I mean, we had multiple chances to win that game, just like anything. We just, you know, didn't make a play when we needed to.
Was that the best effort you've seen from the team this season?
Probably. When we grade effort, it was right there. We played pretty hard at North Carolina too.
I know you don't spend a lot of your time on the sideline analyzing what's the percentage of capacity in the stands, but as you look around the league, there's been some downturn. Florida State had a sellout since 08. Clemson has been down. Do you notice that from the sidelines? Do you sense any?
Seemed pretty loud at Clemson to me. You know, they've got a pretty rabid fan base. We have not played at Florida State this year. I can tell you one thing, Blacksburg's pretty loud. You know, we've had the opportunity, I have through the years, to play in front of, you know, probably 95,000 people and in different arenas, and I've never played anywhere it's any louder than Blacksburg was on Thursday night, especially when the game got tight there in the second half. It became really loud. Our guys had a hard time here.
How would you're coming off a conference championship, how do you rate the way the fans' response has been here for this season?
In what way, as far as?
Just support, turnout?
Well, we haven't played at home in almost seems like forever, so we'll see. I haven't seen a big difference. I don't know what the numbers are. I haven't seen a big difference in what we drew last year and this year. You know, the home schedule probably in some people's eyes wasn't as good. But I got more to worry about than that. Dan can worry about that. You know, I mean, it's we've got to try to get ready to play.
Coach, what are your thoughts on having the 1990 National Championship team honored this week?
That's great. I think that's a great accomplishment, and certainly, you know, we're proud of what they did. I wasn't here, and most of these guys, but having coached here for 3 years, I understand what a huge accomplishment that was. I mean, I think it speaks volumes about Coach Ross. I had a chance to know him when I was at Navy. He was the head coach at Army. We played against each other 2 or 3 times. I've always had a lot of respect for him, and you know, I think it's great that they won the championship here.
Y'all compare championship rings?
No. No, we didn't.
Coach, you mentioned you talked to the team yesterday about having plenty to play for still. Is that something that concerns you, given that you're not mathematically eliminated in the ACC, but obviously a lot of things would have to happen for you to get back from the
Yeah.
championship game? The guys might see an energy drop off because.
Well, you don't ever know. You're dealing with young people, and you never know. And part of my job as a coach is to point out what all we got left to play for. And if you're competitive and you want to play, you're going to play no matter what. I mean, that's why you're out there if you're a competitor. But this is new territory for them. I mean, this is new territory for me as a head coach. I was telling somebody yesterday, in 14 years as a head coach, this is the second time that we have not, if it doesn't happen, it'll only be the second time we didn't win the conference or at least tie for the championship of what we were playing for in 14 years. At Navy, we're independent, but when I'm talking about the Commander-in-Chief Trophy, which was basically what we were, the number one goal of the team, we won the league all 5 years I was at Southern. We won that 5 out of 6 years, and we'd either tied or won the thing here the 2 years I'd been here. So it's new territory. I'm not worried about me getting ready to play because I'm competitive and I know what it's about. But I think you have to point out to the guys that, you're still trying to play for bowl eligibility, you're playing for winning season, you're playing for pride. It's like I told them yesterday, revenge is a great motivator for those who care. They spanked us pretty good last year. I hadn't forgotten. I hope they hadn't. So we'll see.
Do you usually see the seniors step up at this point in the season and realize your time's running out?
I think they all handle it differently. It depends on their personality. I think the reality probably hit in for the seniors way before now. I think that's a gradual process as you go through that. Every time you go out there, you start to think about how many times you got left or what's going on, or something different happens every time you go out. I think that's an individual thing.
Go ahead. In talking to players after the game, they said that you kind of said to them that now they've got to really pull each other up. They've got to kind of depend on each other. Did you see that? Did you sense that maybe that didn't really happen at this point in the year? That they weren't kind of.
No, I just know the way that college football is, and we've lost 2 games in a row, and everybody's going to be telling you how dumb you are and how bad you are, and you can't do this and that. You need to rally together. That's what it's about. You need to stick together. And I knew we were going to have a new quarterback, so you need to stick together and rally around that guy. That's all we were talking about.
Does losing your starting quarterback now, with still you got to qualify for a bowl, does it sharpen you even more? Does it get you?
Sharpen me?
Yeah. Does it get you more focused on?
I hope I was already focused. I hope not. I hope I was already focused, but who knows?
Have you talked to Josh today?
I haven't talked to him today. In fact, I talked to him Sunday. I talked to his mom and his girlfriend last night, and everything's fine. He actually went home. He's going to be back Wednesday morning.